I didn't actually witness it, you know, the exorcism. They wouldn't let me.
Why not?
My opinion, it's because I'm not a member of the damn patriarchy.
Well, ladies and gents, you can see why the Exorcist Believer is bombing from that little clip I showed at the start. The damn patriarchy. Getting a woman down. Can't be in the room with a demon exorcism because of that damn patriarchy. Yeah, I guess those two people died for the patriarchy, did they? Who wrote this? Utter crap. What an abysmal pile of garbage. So no wonder it's a flop, no wonder it's bombing. Cash grab, soulless cash grab. The Exorcist has been reduced to a commentary on the patriarchy and other such nonsense. Good times. Good times. But yeah, look, Exorcist Believer, 27 million plus opening weekend for Universal and Blumhouse. But that's a bomb because they paid $400 million for the franchise rights. That's a huge bomb. That is an epic failure of monumental proportions. And I have no idea who in their right mind wrote that line and thought that was a smart choice. The entire narrative of this movie is just utter garbage. Just so bizarre. Who writes this stuff and thinks it's going to make money? Seriously? So let's check this out. Not even the devil himself could help Universal and Blumhouse this weekend with the opening of The Exorcist Believer. After the studio bought the franchise rights for a trilogy, right? They only have the rights for a trilogy from Morgan Creek back in 2021 for $400 million. Why would you do that? These movies have never made significant money. Morgan Creek selling the rights for $400 million. They are laughing at Universal and Blumhouse. Now they say this, even though this is the best opening for an Exorcist movie with 27.2 million stateside and 45.1 million global. That's still terrible, it doesn't matter. Heads are low over at Universal City. However, their slide rule for determining break-even and profitability on this particular film is being measured against Believer's $30 million production cost. What? Read on. Well, let's check this out. Let's see what they justify to cope here. So in regards to whether the Exorcist franchise actually worked, buying it, that will be determined down the road after another 2 films are accounted for by Universal. Where do you go from here? Well, yeah, exactly. The next Exorcist will need to be rebooted greatly after David Gordon Green's vision here did not resonate in a Halloween type of way. So their thinking is, well, the next 2 might be good. The next 2 might recoup. The next 2 might recoup $400 million plus. No, mate, never. Literally never. Never in your lifetime. It's not going to happen. What on earth are you doing? So the last 2 installments, so Halloween made, 76.2. And all 3 of them grossed near $500 million worldwide. So the last 2 installments, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, saw their ticket sales siphoned due to a theatrical day and date on Universal streaming, and also because they're garbage. However, for Universal, Halloween was a big subscription driver. That's why they're going theatrical day and date on Blumhouse's feature take of popular video game Five Nights at Freddy's. So I guess this is how they're trying to do it now. So the $30 million spent on The Exorcist doesn't include back ends. They have absolutely wrecked themselves. $400 million purchase by Universal for Exorcist wasn't a scenario where 3 movies would be produced at $133 million apiece. The Exorcist deal was a broader franchise driver for Universal, which included production budgets, a buyout of talent and rights backends, producer fees, rights to leverage IP across the portfolio, and also to drive viewership on Peacock. Exorcist Believer has a 45-day theatrical window before landing on Peacock. It's possible that there are no definitive plans on the next 2 Exorcist movies that they could go theatrical day and date on Peacock. That is never going to that's never going to prove worthwhile. Ever. Now, Deadline, raging cope. Now a lot has obviously changed in the marketplace since Exorcist deal was made, and the economics around these types of buyouts are significantly more strained in 2023 than they were in 2021. In the heat of the deal, what executives at Universal didn't realise was that Exorcist isn't Halloween. Sorry, what? You need 2 more years to realise that The Exorcist isn't Halloween? You fucking insane. Sequels to the late 73 William Friedkin directed scariest movie ever in cinema never lived up to the original critically or commercially. This one is at 23% on Rotten Tomatoes. And most people hate it, by the way. The audience score's terrible as well. Yeah, they really fudged this. So what's obvious is that unlike Green's Halloween, this Exorcist really isn't a spiritual sequel or reboot in the sense of that movie, which of course fans could easily smell this weekend, giving Believer a C cinema score. That is terrible. That's really bad. Really bad. And they just followed the Halloween formula. Oh yeah, we'll just bring back Ellen Burstyn's Chris McNeil. Sure. Fucking ridiculous. So Universal originally had the horror theatrical release date of Friday the 13th this month before AMC's Taylor Swift The Eras Tour landed on that date. However, going earlier really wasn't a problem here. For the Believer, it was always the execution. Social media analytics firm Relish Mix noticed online chatter that had many piling on the rhetorical issues of remakes as they questioned why repaint the Mona Lisa of horror. It's a perfectly reasonable statement to make. Just such a bomb. $400 million. You're high when you do this. You're mental. That's gotta be money laundering. Whether Exorcist Believer profits remains a question. No, it doesn't. It's never going to make money. Ever. What are you thinking? That is insanity. And it doesn't even take it, like, you don't even have to be a box office analyst or a movie critic to, you know, suddenly come up with the idea that this would not have done well. Of course it wasn't going to do well. Even more so with that kind of rhetoric in it. God, what a pile of absolute garbage. I'd love to hear your thoughts, guys. I'm just getting around to watching it, so I'll give you my review, but god damn. Terrible stuff.